So we've talked about a lot of these different disasters, but we've even had wind events here in Southern California many times, where down power lines were down. 550,000 homes were without power for 7 to 9 days. So when I tell you 30 days, you certainly got to be ready not to have power for 7 to 9 days in that event. And also we have floods here in the Crescenta Valley that have broken water lines, broken sewer lines. You can see in this slide here that, yeah, we've had K-rails tossed down the street like pretzel sticks. So, and again, people without power for days. Our biggest problem now is that if we take this seriously, or we don't take it seriously, what's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you, here's exactly what's going to happen. Major quake's going to hit, okay, and you had a little bit of water stashed away, and you had a little bit of food stashed away. So now the refrigerator, now since you don't have power, okay, and you run around the house and you smelled gas, so you turn off the gas and you don't have any gas. All right, now, you ate all the food out of the refrigerator, you ate all the food out of the freezer, you ate all the ice cream, right, after 3 days, and then you started using up all your extra water and realized, gosh, we need a lot more than a gallon per water per day. That guy was crazy. I need way more water for our family for cooking and all that kind of thing, and washing our hands and sanitation. So now, along about the 5th day, the spare batteries we had and the flashlights are going dim. We don't have any power. We have cracks from floor to ceiling in our house, and we're not really sure if we want to stay in the house because of these aftershocks that continue. So now as it starts to get dark and it's in middle of winter time, it's really cold out. We don't really want to light matches because we're worried about gas elsewhere in other places, right? Lighting candles. So our flashlights are going dim and now they go out. And now my family and I are sitting in a cold, dark house, wondering, how did we get here? Well, now since you listened to this video, there's going to be a way not to get to this point. You're going to listen to what we have to say, because if you don't, you're going to end up in that cold, dark house with your family. And you, mom and dad, this is your responsibility. Right? 911's not going to work. The police department are not going to show up. The fire department are not going to show up. They have way bigger concerns and grave concerns that they have to address. So you have to be ready. This is what we preach in CERT, in our Community Emergency Response Team classes, that you will be on your own and you need to make the difference. In the Northridge quake, as you see in some of these pictures here, we have seen how the destruction can be. The fire department drove right by this apartment complex. It looked like a perfect 2-story apartment complex when they drove by it this way. When they came by again, they came back the other way and someone flagged them down. They drove to the back of the complex and realized that was a 3-story complex that now was a 2-story complex. So yeah, and there was a lot of people that were trapped in that complex. So yeah, that becomes a really big issue. So if you live in an apartment, you live in a condominium and those kind of associations, yeah, that's something you definitely need to worry about. So that becomes a really big problem. So let's develop your family disaster plan. Everybody says, get a kit, make a plan. Right? Well, what is your plan? Let's talk about it right now.